Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Happy New Year! Before it becomes too irrelevant, I'd like to talk to you guys about my book. But before we get too carried away, I do want to just clarify that this is, in fact, a book, but I don't consider it my first photo book. This is more just a fancy book of photos for personal use. And this isn't going to be a long video or anything like that. I just want to share with you guys my favorite photos of 2020. And lucky enough for me, in early December, I got in contact with Saaldigital, and they offered me a voucher that I could redeem for a photo book. And that's why I consider this, yes, in fact, a book of photos, but this isn't a book I'm going to publish or anything like that. They gave me the voucher to test out the materials and the quality of the book, and I thought, you know what? I would like to have a collection of my favorite photos that I can keep on a coffee table and show to other people, and everything fell perfectly in line for me to do that this year, so I made a book of my favorite photos of the year, and I want to share them with you while looking through this book. So disclaimers aside, they did essentially send me this book for free. I just had to pay $4 for shipping, but other than that, they're not sponsoring this video or anything like that, but I am going to share my thoughts and opinions on the quality of this book, because why the hell not? So, starting with the cover, I ordered the nice black leather, and I love it. I don't want to say that I didn't have high expectations for this, but the quality exceeded my expectations. I will just point out this quick annoyance. The book does not stay shut because a family member decided to put their body weight on it and lean on it while it was on the couch, and they warped it. So hopping into the first page, I don't know if a lot of you know this, but this year I started my first zine. It's not out yet, it's still a work in progress, but it revolves around this character, which is the Ghost. I love the movie A Ghost Story, and I've drawn a lot of inspiration from that. But this is one of my favorite images that I have made that will be in the zine, and I haven't released too many of them, so stay tuned for that. But that's this photo shot on the RB67 on Fuji Pro 400H, which is what the whole zine is going to be shot on. The next page is from the shoot where my Mamiya died, and if you'd like to see more from that shoot and hear the story, I'll put a card up above. This photo is from 2 videos ago. I went down to Utah Lake for a few days to make sure I got the shot, and this is the shot. This photo I've posted on social media. It is one of my favorite of the year. I passed this every day I went down to Utah Lake to get that shot, and I kept thinking to myself, now that would make a pretty picture. So after I'd finally gotten that shot, I decided to keep an eye on the weather, and when it looked like we were gonna have a great sunset, I went down and I made this shot on Fuji Velvia 100, shot on the RB67. Everything in this book was shot on the RB67, except for maybe 1 or 2 that were on the Canon AE1. I'll point those out if we take a look at them. My favorite photo that I made in the year. I'm hoping to make a specific video soon about this photo. It was shot as well on Velvia 100 RB67 with the intention of making it a fine art print, and those are for sale on my website, but this isn't an ad for that. The thing I want to talk about with this photo is intention. I had a lot of feelings as we wrapped up 2020, and I wanted to try and convey them visually in a photo, and that's what this photo does for me. It highlights the highs and the lows and the beauty and the horror. that was 2020. This is one of my favorite portraits that I took during the year. It's of my friend Naomi, who recently moved a lot closer to me, so I went up to her apartment and we took this photo on Fuji Pro 400H. This photo as well was in a video that I made last year. When I went out to take some pictures on a rainy day, I randomly stumbled across this diner, had a great talk with the manager, ended up going inside and saw this opportunity and had to take the picture, and it turned out wonderfully. Fuji Pro 400H for this one. This as well I'd like to do a video on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that for this one specifically. This as well was a photo I was very intentional about. I stumbled across this scene earlier in the day and the idea came to me. So I ran home, got all the materials, and then hurried back, got it all set up. And then it just became a waiting game as I waited for the sun to set and for the light to get to that perfect ratio. My car is parked maybe 50 feet off to the side here, so I was able to power the light, and I powered my fog machine, which I used to create the atmosphere. This was shot on CineStill 800T, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. And the final photo of the book. This as well was taken with the intention of making some prints and selling them, and I've named the photo Lily's Photo because it's a photo of a lily. It was shot on a Lomo 800 at f/32 on my Mamiya RB67. And with that, we're back to the leather cover. And overall, I am extremely happy with the quality of this book, the quality of the cover, and of the individual pages. It turned out better than I could have hoped, and I am so excited to be able to have it to show all my friends and all of you these photos from the year. So hopefully that's a good way to put the last year behind us in the past and move on to this new year. I've got tons of exciting plans. I'm so excited to be putting more effort into this YouTube journey and photo journey. Thank you so much for following me on this film journey, and I guess we're just gonna have to see where it takes us in 2021. So until next time, see you later.